A second rope needs to be attached to the trolley using the same knot, the bowline. One can launch the boat stern first or bow first. However, it is our preference to launch the boat bow first when it is sitting on a trolley with large inflatable tires, since this makes it easier for the boat to float and slip off the trolley once in the water. Thus, a rope is attached to the back of the trolley using the bowline. With the boat rigged up, we can now see the crew putting on their buoyancy aids. It is also important to note how both are wearing appropriate booties which ensure a non-slip grip on the boat's wet surfaces while sailing. The boat is now being gently turned alongside the jetty in such a way as to ensure that its bow will be facing the direction from which the wind is blowing from. This is necessary to facilitate the process of hoisting the mainsail, since with the boat facing the wind direction, the sail will merely flap and not power up unnecessarily and possibly dangerously. The painter is now passed from inside the shrouds in order to facilitate holding the boat in from its beam alongside the jetty. The advantage of having a rope prepared to the back of the trolley can be seen now where it is possible to pull the pulley up on the rope without anybody having to get close too dangerously to the slippy part of the slipway at the water's edge. The helmsman is now ready to board the boat. It is important to keep in mind that we are talking about a very light boat with under 100 kilograms of weight. This means that one cannot step on the edge of the boat, since this would certainly cause the boat to capsize, possibly causing damage to the boat and the person, and most certainly not contributing much to one's image as a sailor as well. All it takes is a light step closer to the center of the boat. The rudder of the boat is now being attached. Some sailors prefer to attach the rudder to their boats on land and merely retain it up using what is known as an uphaul. However, it is our preference to attach the rudder while the boat is in the water, eliminating the risk of the rudder getting damaged while the boat is being launched. All rudders are attached using a gudgeon and pintle system. The tiller is now inserted into the top of the rudder. As will be shown in the video, the tiller is in this case prevented from sliding out of its place through the use of a split pin in its rear end. It is now time to hoist the mainsail. Some sailors prefer hoisting the mainsail while the boat is still on land. However, we prefer to hoist the sail once the boat is in the water, as this facilitates the process of launching the boat and tying it to the jetty until the final settings are made. The top part of the sail, its head, is attached to the mainsail halyard using a bowline, as was the case with the jib. On other boats, one can find an alternative system involving a shackle which is inserted to a splice loop at the end of each halyard. With the boat heading into the wind, we can see how easy it is to pull the mainsail up by pulling on the halyard. The front part of the boom is attached to the mast using what is known as a gooseneck fitting. Then we can see the end of the mainsail halyard being fastened to the boat's cleat. The rope, which we're seeing now, is used to prevent the boom from lifting up while sailing, and it is known as the kicking strap or the vang. The centerboard is pulled down and retained with a rope attached to the cleat. Before this is done, it is important to ensure that the water is deep enough, since the centerboard will extend significantly below the waterline. With both persons in the boat, we can now see that the boat is being pushed forwards and outwards while the helmsman turns the tiller fully in such a way as to turn the boat away from the jetty, and our boat is now off sailing. This brings us to an end of this video. We hope that you have enjoyed this taste of learning to sail, which we have hereby offered. We look forward to receiving any questions, comments or inquiries which you might have throughout our website boatlingmalta.com.